Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and ideas that can improve your life. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click the subscribe button because I'll be honored to have you here. Today we're gonna jump into another GTO trainer session. We're playing the spot Big Blind Call versus Button Open, which is a tournament spot played on 50 big blind stacks, where we are the big blind player calling the 2.5 raise from the button. So let's jump right into it. And for the first hand, we've got 4-5 off on a 7 tray 8 with 2 hearts. We're gonna check here. And we're gonna call the 3/4 bet. And that's a bad play. For our first hand, I would assume it's fine to call there with the gut shot, but probably it's not. However, we pick up a double gutter now, so that's a little bit better. We're gonna check now, but we're gonna fold to another 3/4 pot bet. Okay, not a good start, but hopefully it only gets better from now. 9-3 of diamonds on the 7-9-6, we're gonna check. Villain checks as well. Should we bet now or should we just check? I think we should check mostly. Okay, we shouldn't mostly check, but checking is still the ideal action. We should mostly bet here actually. Queen of hearts on the river, and should we bet at this? Probably not, we should just check. Okay, we should bet. A donk bet always here. And I assume we're just calling the bet. And the villain's actually got a 3 of a kind. Surprising that he didn't bet so far, but it happens. Now we've got 9-10 off on a 6-7-5. We're gonna check here. And are we calling with the gut shot here? Probably not, right? Previously it was a bad play to call. I think we're calling here. Yeah, it should be because we've got 2 overs plus the gut shot. It's a 99% call. There's a 4 of hearts on the turn. We're gonna check again. Okay, so this is a bet 5.5, 92% of the time. So we should donk bet spots like that on the turn. Okay. We checked, now the villain bets 5.5. I think this is still a call, right? Okay, it should be a raise 90% of the time. Calling is small EV loss, but just 7% play. And a 3 of hearts on the river means we're gonna bet at this, I think. But how much? 3/4, I guess. And surprisingly, the solver is checking here 77% of the time. And when it's betting, it's not betting 3/4. It's probably over betting. Because betting 3/4 is a medium EV loss and just 3% of the strategy. Okay, good to know. But if you put short stats, what does that mean? I don't know. King 4 suited on a Queen 6 jack. We're gonna check and fold here. Okay, it's a 50-50 call or fold. Okay. 6-9 off on a 9-8 jack. We're checking, calling the bet. 8 of hearts on the turn. Is this a spot where we bet? Probably, right? If we're not betting, oh, maybe not. Let's check. It's a check. Okay. And now the villain bets 3/4. Do we fold it here or do we continue? I'll probably mostly fold here, but I bet the solver's got some other ideas. Yeah, it's 50-50. Folding and calling. Okay. King deuce off on a 10-9-4. We're checking and folding. Queen 3 suited on a deuce deuce 10. We're checking and folding. King queen off on a 5 ace 4. Check and fold. Queen jack off on a 10 king 7. We're checking and calling, maybe raising sometimes here. Why not just call? Yeah, 74% of the time we should call. And now the 7 on the turn. Is this a spot where we bet sometimes? I don't know. I'm gonna try betting 3/4. Okay, it's an over bet 40% of the time. So we had a good hunch, but betting 3/4 is just 6% of the strategy and a small EV loss. Pocket threes on a deuce 10 deuce. We're gonna check and call the bet. 7 of clubs on the turn. I'm gonna check again. Villain checks behind. 8 of clubs on the river. Is this a donk bet? Okay, it's 50-50 donk bet, or I check. And villain calls with ace queen suited. Deuce 10 of diamonds on an 8-6 queen. We're checking and folding. 8 jack suited on a 6-6-7. We're checking. Maybe raising it here, because we can see the solver is betting quite a bit with this hand. We're gonna try and raise. Whoa, we cut this. We had a good hunch. But the villain called nonetheless. We've got a 9 of diamonds on the turn. We're gonna check. Solver likes betting here. Betting 8, 62% of the time. Checking 20. Now the villain bets. Third pot bet. Now what do we do? With our gut shot and 1 over card. Do we call this? Do we fold? Kind of think we gotta call here. Yeah. We miss 4 of diamonds on the river. I think we give up here, right? Or do we continue? I think we shove here. No, we don't. We give up. Should be given up 100% of the time. Shoving is actually very bad. We gotta pick better spots, I guess. Yeah, the villain was just playing tricks, but he got there. Oh, he wasn't. He had a 6. Oh my god. Yeah, he was not folding. Guess that's why we shouldn't shove it there. King 4 of clubs on a jack ace jack. We're gonna check and fold. Should rather be a call. 85% of the time. We are not having a good session today, guys. 4-5 off on a king 10-3. We're gonna check and fold. 6-10 off on a king deuce ace. Use a check and fold. Queen 4 on an 8-5 queen is a check. Villain checks behind. 10 of diamonds on the turn. We're gonna bet now, but how much? Maybe overbet it. Surprisingly, we should check, ideally, 41% of the time. bet another 60, but not overbet it. Overbetting is just a very small part of the strategy, so probably betting 3/4 is the other most frequent play. We're gonna check on the turn on the river, and unfortunately the villain hit a king on the river. Ace deuce off on a 5-8-8. Gonna check. Call the bet. 6 of spades on the turn. We're gonna check. Villain checks behind. 7 of hearts on the river. I don't think we're gonna bet this, or should we? With ace deuce off. We're gonna check. Okay, we should be betting about half of the time and checking half of the time. King 5 of hearts on an 8-3-8. Gonna check and call, I think. Nope. It's a fold 100% of the time. Calling is a medium EV loss. We're gonna check now on the queen and fold. King 7 off on a 9-4 deuce. We're gonna check and fold. 7-9 off on an ace-ace-6. We're gonna check and fold. Jack 7 off on a 7-10 deuce. We're checking and calling. Another 10 on the river. We're gonna check. Villain now overbets. Do we still call here? Probably we do, right? Yeah. 9 of hearts on the river. We're gonna check again. And the villain shoves. I kind of think we gotta call. And we should actually play 50-50 here. But calling is fine EV-wise. So it's a 50-50 spot. 50% we should fold here and 50 we should call. And actually the villain was bluffing, but he got there nonetheless on the river. Queen 6 off on a 5 Jack 9. We're checking and folding. Deuce Queen of hearts on a 3-6-8. We're checking and folding. 4 Jack of clubs on a 5 deuce deuce with 2 clubs. We're checking and calling. And solver's doing a bit of raising here. King of hearts on the turn. We're checking. Villain checks behind. A 3 of diamonds on the river. Do we bet at this, or do we just give up on the hand? I think we bet at this. And if we're betting, we should be overbetting 86% of the time. Betting 3/4 is fine EV-wise, but 8% of the strategy. So this should mostly be an overbet. Villain re-raises all in, so we fold. Jack 6 off on a 7 Queen 5. We're checking. Villain checks behind. Another 7 on the turn. We're gonna bet a third of the pot, I guess. Yeah, it's a check or bet third of the pot. Villain folds. We've played our 25 hands, and I'm quite scared to see the results. Okay, it's not so bad. It's minus 34 BBs of EV loss. Even though we had this terrible hand of minus almost 5 BBs. Yeah, but other than that, we've got this hand, -1. And that's it. So this was actually not a bad session, except for this hand. Yeah. Here we bluffed the river, which was a super bad play. We should just give up on the hand. But yeah, another lesson learned. So that's great. Our frequencies have been quite on point actually here. almost like the solver, so that's great. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a comment below. Subscribe if you're not already. You can also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. And you can check out some of the links in the description of this video to the other playlists with the previous GTO spots that we've played. They are quite interesting because we're learning a lot playing those spots. I'm super excited about this big blind call versus button open because I already see that I've got quite a bit of leaks to fix in my big blind play. So yeah, check them out and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. You want to learn how to play poker? Great. You have little or no experience playing poker? No problem. Do you want to learn the fundamentals, the most basic principles that allow you to easily win money when playing with casual players? That's perfect, because this course was created specifically for people like you. My name is Mateusz, I've played over 3 million hands of No Limit Texas Hold'em, and I'd like to teach you how to play poker like a pro. What you will learn in this course are the fundamentals, the ABC of poker, condensed into 21 short and easily digestible lectures. In each lecture, you will learn a different concept which you can test out and practice immediately after watching. Well, do you want to become a good poker player? Do you want to be able to beat recreational players easily? Do you want to have a great time winning at your local home games? Great! Get this course now and start winning at poker.